The wait is over and the T20 World Cup is underway. Welcome to Fox Sports Lab Cricket. My name's Ben Dixon and I'm joined by the greatest all-rounder Australia has ever seen in Simon O'Donnell. That is just a stelling opener. Welcome, Scoop.
You embarrass me all the time, Ben, but you're a very good judge.
Thank you very much. Coming up in the new ball, we take a close look at Australia's opening match against New Zealand. In quick single, we examine the huge India versus Pakistan clash. And in Yes, No, Wait, we'll put my friend here on the spot with a series of predictions. All right, Scoob, we've got the new ball in hand. Let's go forensic on the Aussies versus the Kiwi showdown Saturday night. Is this going to be a run fest? And who do you think is going to lead the charge? And how much do you think Australia need to make?
3-1. That's going to be a difficult answer for me, Benno. Look, I don't think it's going to be a run fest. And I don't think it's going to be a run fest. First game of a World Cup, it's not easy. Of any big tournament, there's a period of time where it's settled in. So I do think that we're not going to see a mountain of runs in this first match. It's going to be a really tight, tough one, though.
I'll pull it apart because I did ask you 3-1. I like to just bombard you off the top. Finch is struggling with the bat, and we've got Warner who's on fire. So is Warner our top bat scorer?
I would think so. That's the way I'd head. Look, Aaron Finch got some runs in a lead-up game, but his last 2 or 3 years of, if you graphed it, the ups and downs are quite extraordinary. But, he's hung in there. So he's got to find his form in the tournament. David Warner's been pretty much consistent all the way through his career. If he's there at the 10-over mark, it gives Australia their best chance to win the game.
Well, which Kiwi batsman do you see thriving against the Australian attack?
Kiwis have had a lot of success in recent years in big tournaments. Their mainstay, the guy who just seems to have a clear head under pressure, is Kane Williamson. He brings it in all forms of the game. I've no doubt he'll bring it in this T20 form in this World Cup.
What about our openers, Warner and Finch? Do we get the edge over Guptill and Allen in this one?
Interesting matchup. I just think that top two are going to be so important for sides to be successful right throughout this tournament. We've got experience versus with the Kiwis, experience and a rookie. Now, the rookie and Finch are the ones taking on each other. Young Finn Allen's a good player, really good player, hasn't been around for long. Strike rate phenomenal, gets on with it. If he can fire, with Martin Guptill, who's got all the experience, the Kiwis could have a really good combination there. So that matchup is so interesting in this first game.
It is fascinating. Now tell me who wins and by how much?
Oh, Dicko, ever the hard-hitting question for me. Taking into the risk of deportation, I think the Kiwis do. I think they're better organised. I think it's terrible English, they're readier for the tournament.
Wow, citizenship gone. You won't see a better opening spell from Simon O'Donnell with the new ball.
The betting brand for sports fans. That's better. Gamble responsibly.
In this week's quick single, we take a look at one of the matches of the tournament, India versus Pakistan. Are we going to see some big scores here, Scoob, in front of a massive Indian fan base at the MCG?
Sunday, the MCG will be absolutely rocking, Ben. Absolutely rocking. This is one of the games of the tournament. I think we'll set the tournament up from an excitement point of view because packed house, these two teams, if they bring their A game, both of them, it's going to be a really interesting contest. And again, very similar to the Australian-New Zealand game. It's how you handle the pressure. I don't think we're going to see run fests in the first half dozen games of this tournament because sides are going to be feeling themselves out, just feeling out for each other a little bit. So things just need to settle, I think, before we start seeing the 200-plus scores.
Well, he scored more than 50 in 3 of their past 4 World Cup clashes. The man I'm talking about is Virat Kohli. We know what he's doing in the field, but can he do it with the bat again?
Yeah, look, he's the lifeblood of the Indian team. And when he's up, all the Indian team are up. And we've seen him in the warm-up games, brilliant catch in the outfield, fantastic run out up at the Gabba the other night. He's up and about. He's making runs. He's involved in every part of the game. Look out. The Indians will be on fire. All
right, Indians on fire. Well, Pakistan lead 2-1 in their past 3 on neutral territory. How do they make it 3-1?
Really capable of doing it. They've got a great opportunity here to do it, and it will very much kick-start their tournament. they just have to handle the pressure. I mean, Pakistan, if they could just be a little more level on a consistent basis and show that real ability they have, I'd be more pleased going into this game than probably what I am. I'm still sitting back watching them a little bit to say, bring your A game, boys, under this pressure. If they do, they're going to go a long way in the tournament.
All right, I don't want you to be a letterbox and sit on the fence. Who wins?
I think India will win. India will win. The Kohli factor, I think India in this first game would beat any other nation in the World Cup.
All right, I like it a lot. That's Quick Single. What a match it'll be.
The betting brand for sports fans. That's better. Gamble responsibly.
It's yes, no, wait time as we put Simon O'Donnell under the heat lamp. Is it a yes for Glenn Maxwell to lighting up the SCG?
Well, he's capable of it, really capable of it. His experience tells me, his World Cup experience tells me that he can perform on the big stage. So I say, yeah, I think he can. But it ain't a one-man band. As much as it's only 20 overs, it's not going to be one innings generally that wins you a game. There's got to be a couple of other contributors around him.
Well, who are the contributors? I know Glenn Maxwell's a yes. Who can support him in that role?
Remember the last 2020 World Cup final? Mitch Marsh was absolutely magnificent. So I think Mitch Marsh, David Warner and Glenn Maxwell, they're the three keys in our order because they can score so quickly, they can be really brutal on attacks.
Is it a no to Finn Allen outscoring our very own David Warner on Saturday night?
No, it's not a no.
No, it's not a no.
Finn Allen's a beauty.
He is a beauty.
He is a fair dinkum beauty. He's only played 17 matches, but his strike rate's 161. It's better than Davey Warner's. Davey Warner's in the early 140s. Now, I know he's got the experience, but Martin Guptill's up the other end with Finn Allen. If they get it right and Martin can keep Finn's head on, for want of a better way of putting it, and help him cope with the pressure, I think he's got a great opportunity of being a real kingpin for the Kiwis.
What about outside Guptill and Allen?
Oh, the skipper's the bloke. He's the man. The skipper, he's just done it, Kane Williamson, so often in all forms of the game. He's the steadier. If they lose early wickets, he's the steadier. If they need quick runs, he's still capable of doing it. He's a ripper.
I look forward to this one because when you're a batsman, your favourite thing was wait. I'm staying down this end because I'm going to hit another 200 metres and get a gold seat at the MCG. We won't go there just yet. But do you wait on picking a winner for the tournament?
Oh, I have to. Yeah, no, it's a double-handed stop sign. It's a no, don't do anything just yet. This is too competitive. There's 6 or 8 teams in these groups that can win this World Cup at the moment. So just stay with me. Let's wait a couple of weeks. Let's get a round or two out of the road. Then we'll start sorting out the wheat from the chaff.
I know you're waiting, but have you got a couple of picks that you're leaning towards without a definitive yes?
The Aussies, obviously.
Yeah.
I love the Kiwis. I think they've set right up for this tournament. England, it'll be one of their most bold showings. And the Indians, wow. If they can be consistent through the tournament, who knows where they land.
Well, some big calls, Scoob. New Zealand, you've been on them for a long time in yes, no, wait. That's the show for this week. Make sure you subscribe below and join us next week.